Hey guys, DT here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're here for the first time. And today we're jumping into another episode of Clash Royale where I'm going to tell you about my Royal Ice Wizard strategy. So first of all, let's go ahead and open some chests because you know I'm a total pro at opening chests while not recording and then getting legendaries in those chests. And now I learn from my mistakes. Let's open this gold chest and see if there's anything good in there. All right, skeletons, minion horde. Mini P.E.K.K.A. Okay, Mini P.E.K.K.A. is a decent card. Everybody asks for Mini P.E.K.K.A. in my clan, so I often donate it. So I'm pretty grateful for that card. Okay, so I'm going to explain this strategy to you, and I will do so by looking back at some of the replays from this previous week. I have been using this deck now for, I think, about 4 days, and I am pretty sure that it is going to help me to get right back into Arena 8 after plummeting back down into the very beginning of Arena 7. So I am going to start with this replay over here, and as you can see, the deck is featuring the Royal Giant, Ice Wizard, Princess, Musketeer, Valkyrie, Goblin, and Inferno Tower, and of course the Zep, just in case there is a Sparky coming. Okay. So the whole idea of this deck is that I have a layered strategy at how I'm going to both defend myself and take down my opponent crowns. So the reason I am using the Royal Giant in this particular deck is because I've been going up against more and more people that are using the Inferno Tower. I personally myself now am a total converter because I have been using the Inferno for quite a while now, and I switched. First I used the cannon, and then I switched it for the Tesla Tower, and now it is all about the Inferno Tower, and Inferno is there to stay. Okay, so I have my various troops for various reasons. My Ice Wizard is a defensive card. My Princess is also kind of more of a defensive card because you can put her on a further side of your arena, and I've actually shown you guys videos where my Princess helps me to take down the Sparky. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and take a look at it, and I'll link you in description below. And I'm using the Royal Giant, like I said, because I've been going up against so many people with the Inferno Tower, and the Royal Giant is able to do better against it, especially if the placement of the Inferno Tower is not exact and not perfect. It definitely does better than the regular Giant. If you disagree, go ahead and let me know in comments below, but it's just something that has been working out for me personally. Alright, so I'm also using, of course, my Lady's Power. The Musketeer is a solid 10 here, guys. She's 10 out of 10. She's able to cause so much damage to the Arena Tower once she's placed there, especially after you zap the tower for just a second to let the Musketeer get a lot more hits in than she would otherwise do. And of course, the Princess is great, like I said, in both kind of, 50-50 offense and defense. Defense to have her on the other side of the arena, and offense to place her on your side of the arena and have her cause a little bit of a damage every couple of shoots into the arena tower of your opponent. So I am going to actually save up my Royal Giant over here, and I popped him in right at the very end, and my opponent is going hard at him with both the guards and the minion horde, and now here comes the rush of the Hog Rider, and I don't have my Inferno, so I'm just gonna stop him with the Musketeer, with the Valkyrie and the Ice Wizard. The reason I absolutely love Ice Wizard, guys, is because, like I said, he's a great card to help with the offense and the defense as well, right? So defensively, you can stop the rush of a Hog Rider, and with the offense, you can kind of slow down the defenses with him. So he's really, really great. I primarily use him as a defensive card, but when you're pushing, you can, of course, throw him into the mix and help you go a little bit more on the offensive side. So let's jump into another one, and this one here is going to be a really fun one. The combination of the Prince and a Dark Prince is really, really popular lately. I've been going up against people with regular Prince and a Dark Prince more and more often, and although they are kind of, in the same, I guess, Prince category, they are so different in the sense that Dark Prince is not all that hard to take down. Regular Prince has so much muscle. He can basically take down your arena tower in no time at all if you don't properly distract him. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and try to do so with the Inferno. And look at that, even the Inferno did not last very long against him. So I'm going to have to take a few hits here. This is happening all by choice. I am letting that happen so I can collect my elixir and refill again and go ahead and start with my offense. Now look at that, my opponent is also using a very sneaky card. Of course, the Goblin Barrel. I love Goblin Barrel. I've actually used Goblin Barrel in this deck in the variation against instead of the regular goblins, but I do prefer goblins just because I feel that they are faster, and I don't know, overall I do prefer them at the moment. But I have done the this deck with the combination of the Goblin Barrel before. Okay, so my opponent here is going to be trying really hard to rush me on both ends with the Dark Prince and Irregular Prince. A Dark Prince is really easy to take down once his shield is down, so I personally am not a huge fan of the Dark Prince, and I am of course a huge fan of Irregular Prince, although I have not used him in what seems like ages. So right here we're gonna pull the Dark Prince into the middle and we're gonna take him down in just a few pows of a Musketeer. Look at that was totally easy, and just like that we were pushing our way, and look at that, we were taken out with the zap. Another throw of the Goblin Barrel, and I'm thinking, okay, I have to be really careful here. Look at that, I only have 73 XP left on my arena tower and I get taken down. Both my crown goes down and the princess, and look at that, look at the right hand side, the rush of the fire spirits with a regular prince and the Dark Prince is going in. Now we are 1 for 1, and I am thinking I have to make this so that I am dominating. So I'm going straight for 3 crowns here. I'm concentrating on the left hand side where I have easy access to the crown tower, and my opponent is going to try and get the next crown so that he can claim the victory. But you know how that is. Once you lose the sight of what's really important, you can actually lose the entire game here. So I am just saving up the elixir, trying to defend, but also keeping in mind that I need the next crown, and that crown better be from the king tower of my opponent. So I'm gonna pop my Royal Giant. First, I'm going to stop the Goblin Barrel rush, and then I'm going to stop the Prince, and then I'm thinking, okay, now the Royal Giant has to happen, because otherwise we are going to just have a draw, and that's not how I want this game to end. So my logic over here is pop my Royal Giant right in front of the Crown Tower and let him do what he does, just go right at it, and now I have to defend because there are only 444 HP left on my right-hand side arena tower. Look at my Royal Giant. He is absolutely putting so much damage into the Crown Tower, and look at how close we are over there. 333 HP left, and just like that I'm thinking, okay, I have to hold down, but also I have to attack. So I put my Musketeer there, and with just one shoot, one shot, she gets the 3 crowns, and we are winning on this one. So the combination that I'm showing you guys definitely is a very strong one. You can play it both defensively and offensively, and I highly recommend that you try it out. If you don't have certain cards, you can substitute them. If you have any questions about how you substitute them, go ahead and leave a comment below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And also, if you've been enjoying this video, don't forget to smack that like button real hard, and let's see if we can get about 25 likes on this video. All right, let's go ahead and look at the last replay over here. I think I've now had way more than 10 victories back to back with this particular deck, so it is definitely working out for me. As I said, you can play this deck both offensively and defensively, and it just depends on what your style is like, but it has been working for me like magic. So give it a try, let me know if it worked for you, and let me know if it didn't, and maybe we can figure out why. Maybe, you know, you've made some placement mistakes and whatnot, so let me know in comments below. Okay, in this particular replay, guys, was hoping for a 3 crown once more, but this was not a 3 crown. This was only a 1 crown, I believe. Let's go ahead and keep on watching so we can make sure, but I think this was a 1 crowner. And the reason being is that my opponent actually had a pretty solid deck. However, I do think that his deck was a little bit easy to counter. On my end, I thought that the Hog Rider combo is really easy to counter, especially with me having an Inferno Tower. And look at that takedown of the Inferno by my Musketeer and my Goblins. That was absolutely crazy, because think about it, sometimes the Inferno Tower takes down a Royal Giant or a regular Giant or a Giant Skeleton, and I was able to take down both the Arena Tower and then the Inferno. So I actually watched this replay a few times and I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. How did this even happen? But nonetheless, so I was hoping for, like I said, a 3 crowner here. It didn't quite happen, because towards the end of the game, my opponent also has a little surprise for me. So far, he has not dropped his Royal Giant, but right now, with about 45 seconds left in the game, he is going to show me one of his powerful cards, and he's still going for the Hog Rider push. So I was kind of sitting there on the elixir for a little bit, and I used to just throw my elixir like crazy, you know, right and left, and now I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative. I was taking a little bit more of my time, and I know that that means that elixir is not regenerating in that moment, but it definitely helped me to see what he's doing next, so I can figure out what the plan of action is. So I'm placing my Valkyrie right behind the Crown Tower, and then I'm gonna pop the Inferno Tower right in front of my Arena Tower. That actually pulls the Hog Rider for the Inferno Tower. The Royal Giant is backed up by the Witch, and so that was a very strong push. And if it wasn't for the Inferno Tower and the combination of my Musketeer and the Valk, I think I actually wouldn't have been able to hold down the fort, but I did. So that was kind of a really cool game. Like I said, you can use this deck both offensively and defensively, so go ahead and give this a try. If you have every single card that's in the deck, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the deck one more time. If you don't have every single card for the deck, go ahead and leave me a comment below, and I will try to help you and see how you can substitute some of the cards. Thanks for checking in with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this strategy will help you to get your next 3 crown victory. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Until then, DT is out.